and someone you trust, a friend, a family member, an extended family member, harms you. A 5-year-old can't protect themselves against adults who prey and groom. What if you're doing something that is completely consensual? It may not be legal. Let me explain. In the US, there are laws where you have to be at least 16 for it to be consensual. So what happens if two 15-year-olds are having sex and it's not legal? Well, we would call it the Romeo and Juliet scenario. No one would be arrested, but it's still illegal, even though everything's consensual, loving, and friendly. It's still not legal. If it's a consensual relationship and it's mutual, a lot of people have purity rings, purity balls, purity pledges. They try to keep themselves pure, and everyone has different lines that they don't cross. Some extremists within purity culture, they don't kiss, they don't hold hands, they don't hug, they don't lay on each other. They're very careful how they touch each other. There's some people that do kiss, but they don't have sex. Some people do oral instead of sex. I mean, there are different levels. But mainstream would say no sex, no foreplay, and kissing is hit or miss. That's the stereotypical purity pledge. Now, the Duggars, they didn't do nothing, which can be very traumatic, going from nothing to 90 miles an hour down the highway. I don't know how people who go from 0 to 100 in a few hours after a wedding, I mean, that must be traumatic to women especially, and to men too. Women mistrust men due to having to stay pure. Women are taught that men can't control themselves, which is an avoidance for accountability. Men are taught that they can't control themselves and that women are trying to lure you. I mean, they treat women like they're a mermaid or a siren, where they're trying to lure them to dash upon the rocks, as the Greeks and Romans believed. And that's not true. We're all responsible for our own behavior. In my opinion, being an atheist, as long as what you do is legal, consensual, with informed consent, and everyone can retract consent at any moment and be respected and safe, I don't care what you do. I really don't. And it's no one's business. I wish everyone would wait till they were 18 so they could do things legally. But adolescence is very different from adulthood. Kids are going to have sex under 18. Not all. I think half of kids under 18 have sex. By midway through college, 85% of people have had sex. Making it to your 20s, early 30s a virgin is less than 10%. And that's fine. If you never want to do it, or you don't have any inclination for any legitimate reason, that's perfectly fine too. But stereotypically, once you're 22, 85% of everyone has had sex in some form or fashion. And the idea that there's something wrong with people doing natural things. And when I mean natural, I mean any gender, anything, as long as everything's legal, loving, with informed consent, enthusiastically. I don't care. So there's some kind of obsession with Christians and religious extremists where they have to control where people put things and what they do with their own privates. You see, even in the last year, people like Trump and MAGA people are obsessed getting people to pray. They're obsessed with telling trans people they're not women. I mean, I don't care what people call themselves. I don't care what they do, as long as they're doing legal things, which they are. I mean, The current administration believes